We do not feel safe on the streets of London. And the person that is in charge of the Metropolitan Police is the mayor of this city, Sadiq Khan.
Susan Hall really said all this to Sadiq Khan? Okay, this moment right here has people talking across London. Because Susan Hall, the woman who's been fearlessly challenging Sadiq Khan's leadership for months, just went all in. And the way she said it, calm, direct, no hesitation, has left even her critics saying, well, she's not wrong. This wasn't some behind-the-scenes whisper. It was public, loud, and it hit right where it hurts in the heart of Khan's record as Mayor of London. Let's rewind for a second. Sadiq Khan has been under pressure for a while now. Transport costs, policing issues, the never-ending debate over London's air quality policies. Every week seems to bring another headline: the ULEZ expansion, the housing crisis, rising living costs. And for Susan Hall, who once led the Conservative group on the London Assembly, this was the breaking point. She stood up and said what many Londoners have been whispering. We've had enough of the excuses. London deserves better, and Sadiq Khan deserves to be held accountable. Simple, clear. But the tone, that's what changed everything. You see, Hall didn't deliver it with rage. She spoke with that steady kind of conviction that makes you think. She's not just playing politics, she's reflecting real frustration. People watching could feel it. This wasn't a soundbite for social media. This was years of tension spilling out in a few choice sentences. And then came the line that blew up online. When asked if she thought Khan deserved the criticism he's been getting lately, she said almost under her breath, "He deserves it. Every bit of it." And that was it. Within minutes, clips of the exchange were everywhere. TikTok, X, Facebook. Comment sections exploded, half cheering, half furious. One tweet read, "Finally someone said it. She's saying what most Londoners think but are too afraid to admit." Another shot back, "This is typical Susan Hall attacking the man, not the mission. London needs solutions, not snark." But what made the moment so electric is that Hall didn't back down. In fact, she followed up later in an interview, saying, "When people are struggling to pay rent, when they feel unsafe on their streets, and when the mayor keeps blaming Westminster, yes, he deserves to face hard truths." That line hit home with thousands, because it framed the conversation around accountability, not party lines. And here's the thing: Sadiq Khan's team knew they had to respond. Within hours, a spokesperson released a statement emphasizing the mayor's achievements. Investments in affordable housing, a record number of electric buses, and the city's renewed focus on climate responsibility. They painted Hall's remarks as performative politics, meant to distract from what they called London's progress under Khan. But for the public, the debate had already shifted. Because suddenly, it wasn't just about what Hall said, it was about whether people agreed. Was she tapping into a quiet majority? Or just fueling partisan noise? Political analysts were quick to jump in. One columnist from The Telegraph wrote, "Susan Hall has mastered the art of saying what others only imply. It's risky, but it resonates." Meanwhile, a commentator on LBC countered, "She's playing to outrage, not outcomes. That might win clicks, but not elections." Still, the timing couldn't have been worse for Khan. London is heading toward another mayoral election cycle, and voter trust is thin across the board. So when Hall said, "He deserves it," she wasn't just attacking a politician, she was giving voice to every frustrated commuter, every small business owner, every Londoner who feels unheard. Let's be honest, both sides have a point. Khan has overseen ambitious projects, record investments in cycling lanes, the Hopper bus fare, new council homes. But critics argue that the quality of life in the city hasn't improved enough to justify the rhetoric. Knife crime remains a concern. Housing prices, through the roof. And public transport delays. Well, anyone who's taken the Central Line lately knows how that feels. So when Susan Hall stepped up and said, "Enough," it wasn't just politics. It was frustration, turned into words. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Behind the scenes, several Conservative insiders hinted that Hall might be positioning herself for another political comeback, maybe even eyeing a future run if public sentiment turns sharply against Khan. One senior Tory strategist told The Times, "Susan's comments weren't random. They were calculated. She knows exactly what tone to strike angry enough to trend, calm enough to seem credible. And it worked. Even neutral observers admit she stole the narrative, at least for a few days. But now, the bigger question, what happens next? Because moments like this raw, unscripted often signal a deeper political shift. You can feel it in the mood of the city. Londoners are tired. Tired of inflation. Tired of endless party bickering. Tired of leaders defending records instead of fixing problems. So when Hall said, he deserves it, it wasn't just about Sadiq Khan. It was about leadership in general. People want accountability, not applause. And that's why this clip won't fade anytime soon. Some journalists say this could mark a turning point not because of the insult, but because of the response it forced. Khan's team has reportedly ramped up communication plans, pushing out videos showing real Londoners benefiting from his policies. Meanwhile, Hall's allies are quietly doubling down, hinting that she's just getting started. One post on X summed it up perfectly. This wasn't a slip. It was a statement. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. Politics today isn't just about policy, it's about emotion, tone, and who connects best with the public mood. And right now, Susan Hall just connected in a big way. Whether you agree with her or not, she forced a conversation that London needed to have. So, did she go too far? Or did she simply say out loud what millions have been thinking in silence? Because if she's right, if London really does deserve better, then maybe, just maybe, Sadiq Khan does deserve the scrutiny that's coming his way. What happens next may be the real turning point not just for Sadiq Khan, but for London politics as a whole. Because when a single sentence can shake an entire city's confidence in its leadership, you know something bigger is brewing.